Hello friends, myself MB Gaddi, lecturer in EC department, SJP International Socio-Polytechnic. Today I am going to discuss regarding Unit 4, Multiplexing and Multiplexes techniques from question bank. This is very easy chapter, you can understand and you get maximum marks for this. First definition, what is multiplexing? 5 marks. Multiplexing is nothing but sharing of information, that is more number of inputs and only one output we are going to get. Advantages of multiplexing: first one, more signals are transmitted over limited bandwidth. Second one, best utilization of channel time slots and bandwidth. Third one, telegraphy and telephony. Fourth one, cable TV digital broadcasting and analog broadcasting, video processing, etc. They are going to utilize it. That is multiplexing, more signals we are going to transmitting over wide bandwidth. Best utilization of the channel for the different time slots. And almost all cable TVs, digital broadcasting, etc. will be works on the multiplexing technique. Write the concept of frequency division multiplexing. It is for 5 marks. Frequency spectrum is divided among multiple logical channels. Each user can have access to its own assigned frequencies or logical channels at all the time that the individual user is active. Frequency division multiplexing figure shows time and frequencies. Channel 1 up to channel 6, frequency F1 to F6. F1 lowest frequency of the band, F6 highest frequency of the band. Fn subcarrier frequency. Frequency division multiplexing sends the signal in several distinct frequency ranges. Each signal is modulated on the different carrier frequency which are separated by guard bands. The bandwidth of the transmission medium must exceed the required bandwidth of all signals. Frequency division multiplexing used in TV to carry multiple video channels on a single cable network. Broadcast radio and TV and advanced mobile phone services, cellular phone systems use FDM. Since it involves analog signaling, it is more susceptible to noise. This is the oldest technique of multiplexing. Write the concept of TDM. In a time division multiplexing, the time is divided into multiple smaller units called slots, and each user is given a slot to transmit the signal. Each user has the entire bandwidth of the channel for short interval of time. Time division multiplexing. Here channel 1 up to channel 5 time slots will be there. Time division multiplexing used for digital signals for or analog signals carrying digital data. Data rate of the transmission medium must exceed the required data rate of all the signals. Clock synchronization is one of the major issues in TDM system, as a small mismatch in the timing may ruin the utility of overall system. Write advantages and disadvantages of TDM for 6 marks. First one, the channel time is utilized efficiently. Multiple gains are transmitted on the same channel. Multiplexing is very easy. Fourth one, intermodulation distortion is absent. Disadvantages: it requires synchronization between transmitter and receiver. Problem of crosstalk arises if due care is not taken. Third one, full channel bandwidth may not always utilized. This is the disadvantage. Explain crosstalk and guard time. It is for 5 marks. These are the definitions they have asked. For crosstalk 2.5 marks, for guard time maybe 2.5, that depending upon the definitions. The TDM signal is converted to a smooth modulating waveform, that is baseband signal, by passing through a baseband filter. The baseband filter gives rise to interchannel crosstalk from one sample value to the next. The crosstalk means individual signal sample amplitudes interfere with each other. Crosstalk means it is just like a intermixing of the signals. It is a unwanted informations we are going to getting. Guard time, the minimum distance between the individual signal samples to avoid crosstalk is called guard time. That is, the minimum distance will be required of the two individual signals to avoid interference. That is called guard time. Next question, what is multiple access techniques and name the types? It is for the 5 marks. For this, diagrams 2 marks, explanation may be 3 marks. The communication channel is shared by large number of users. Figure shows such multiple access system. The common channel can be the uplink of satellite or cable of the computer network. Transmitter 1, transmitter 2 up to transmitter n, which is given to the channel, and we are going to getting the receiver. Different types: frequency division multiplexing, multiple access; time division multiple access; code division multiple access. In FDMA, the importance will be given to frequency. In a TDMA, importance will be given to time. CDMA, time will be given, importance will be given to codes. Multiple access means going to transmit more information on a single channel. Write a brief note on FDMA, 5 marks. FDMA is the division of frequency bands allocated or for wireless cellular telephone communication into channels. Each channel can be assigned to only one user at a time. All users transmit and receive at different frequencies because every user receives an individual frequency slot, F1, F2, F3, up to F10, F11, F12. That is one band user per second, subchannels, shared bandwidth. FDMA allows multiple users to send data through a single communication channel, such as a coaxial cable or a microwave beam, by dividing the bandwidth of the channel into separate non-overlapping frequency subchannels, then allocating each subchannel to a separate users. Users can send data through a subchannel by modulating it on a carrier wave at the subchannel's frequency. Advantages of FDMA: frequency division, multiple access. User can transmit continuously without any interruption. Channel bandwidth is utilized more efficiently. No synchronization or code word is required. Disadvantages: extra guard bands are required to avoid interchannel interference. Power efficiency is reduced. Write a note on time division multiple access for 5 marks. TDMA is a digital cellular telephone communication technology. It facilitates many users to share the same frequency without interference. Its technology divides a signal into different time slots. Hence, increase the data carrying capacity. TDMA takes cellular communication channel and slices into a series of time segments. Each cellular user is assigned the time slices with a given number. Each user can transmit information only for the duration of their time segments using TDMA scheme. By small time segments and high slicing frequency, user perceives a continuous communication channel. Figure shows communication satellites, hub stations, user 1, user 2, user 3. These are the best examples. Next question, write a note on CDMA technique. Code division multiple access is a channel access method used by various radio communication technologies. CDMA is an example of multiple access where several transmitters can send information simultaneously over a single communication channel. This allows several users to share a band of frequency. Code division multiple access entirely a different approach from the time division multiple access. CDMA, after digitizing the data, spreads out the data over the entire available bandwidth. Multiple cells are overlapped to each other on a channel which is assigned with a unique sequence code. CDMA is a form of spread spectrum technique, which means data can be sent in small pieces over a number of frequencies available to use at any time in the specified range. Figure shows example of code division multiplexes. Benefits of CDMA: improvement in capacity and security, improvement in handover or handoff, use of wide bandwidth. It has more number of users can share the same bandwidth. It is well matched with the other cellular technologies. Explain the working of 4-channel PAM TDM system. Figure shows the block diagram of simple TDM system, shows the waveforms. The system shows the time division multiplexing n PAM channels. Each channel to be transmitted is passed through the low pass filter. The outputs of the low pass filter are connected to the rotating sampling switch or commutator. It takes the sample from each channel per revolution and rotates at the rate of Fs. Thus, the sampling frequency becomes Fs. The single signal composed due to multiplexing of input channels is given to the transmission channel. At a receiver, the decommutator separates or decodes the time multiplexed input channels. These channel signals are then passed through the low pass reconstruction filters. X1 of t, X2 of t up to Xn applied to low pass filter. Commutator is there on a decoder. Transmission channel output will be given to the decommutator or which will be receives the signals X1 of t, X2. Multiplexed output will be shown. Describe signaling rate and synchronization for 4 marks. One definition for 2 marks, another definition for 2 marks. If highest signal frequency present in all the channel is W, then by sampling theorem, the sampling frequency Fs should be Fs greater than or equal to 2W. Synchronization, the aligning of time clocks of transmitter and receiver is called synchronization. Mention the limitations of FDMA system. It is for 5 marks. First one, it does not differ significantly from analog systems. Improving the capacity depends on the signal to noise interference reduction or signal to noise ratio SNR. Second one, the maximum flow rate per channel is fixed and small. Third one, guard bands lead to waste of capacity. Fourth one, hardware implies narrowband filters which cannot be realized in VLSI and therefore increases the cost. Write briefly about working of T1 carrier system 6 marks. The multiplexer has 24 independent inputs and one time multiplexed output. The 24 PCM output signals are sequentially selected and connected through the multiplexer to the transmission line. A transmitting portion of a channel bank digitally encodes the 24 channels, adds signaling information into channel, and multiplexes the digital stream onto the transmission medium. The line speed is calculated 24 channels divided by frame into 8 channels divided by channel equal to 192 bits per frame. 192 bits per frame divided by frame into 8000 frames divided by second equal to 1.536 Mbps. Each of the 24 channels contain 8-bit PCM code and is sampled 8000 times a second. Each channel is sampled at the same rate but may not be at the same time. Later, an additional bit is called framing bit is added to each frame. The framing bit occurs one per frame and is recovered at the receiver, and its main purpose is to maintain frame and sample synchronization between TDM transmitter and receiver. The figure shows frame bit, time slot 1, time slot 2, time slot 3, time slot 24 data bits. As a result of this extra bit, each frame now contains 193 bits and line speed of T1 digital carrier system is 1.544 Mbps. That is 193 bits into 8000 frames equal to 1.544 Mbps. What is multiplexing? Determine the minimum bandwidth required PAM TDM system in which 6 different message signals with each message signal bandwidth of 10 kHz are to be multiplexed and transmitted. It is a one problem for 5 marks. Multiplexing is nothing but more than one inputs can be transmitted at the receiver. We can get only one output at the receiver. Definition of multiplexing: many to one. Problem: given n equal to 6, number of channels, bandwidth FM equal to 10 kHz, W. Minimum channels bandwidth to avoid crosstalk in PAM TDM system is BT equal to NW, that is 6 into 10